Now you see question number 5. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest number by which it should be multiplied so as to get a perfect square number. Also find the square root of the number obtained. Okay. Now, in the question we are asked to find out the smallest number which you have to multiply with this number to make it a perfect square. That means the given number is not a perfect square. So what we'll do, we'll do the prime factorization of the given number, which we have done. So after doing the prime factorization, we'll write it in the multiplicative form and then we'll make the pairs. Now here 1452, it becomes 2 into 2 into 11 into 11 into 3. So 2 and 2 we can pair them, 11 and 11 we can also pair them. Okay, but 3 is left out, we cannot pair 3. So we see that 3 is left unpaired. So what we have to do is, if we multiply 1452 by the factor 3, then this side also we have to multiply with 3 and here also we have to multiply with 3. Now 1452 into 3, it becomes 4356 equals to this. Now you can pair all of them. So now, and when you can pair all of them, it becomes a perfect square. Therefore the required smallest number is 3. Okay, did you understand? Now again you have to find out the square root of the new number. So this is our new number, we have to find out the square root. So we'll directly put the factors in the square root form. We will take 1 in common from each pair and we'll, after multiplication, our answer is 66. Same in case of the 180 also, we'll do the prime factorization, then we'll write it in the multiplicative form and we will pair it. Now here you see 2 and 2 can be paired, 3 and 3 can be paired, but 5 is left unpaired. Now since 5 is unpaired, so we have to multiply 180 by the factor of 5. So 180 into 5 equals to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. Now 180 into 5 becomes 900 and this you can obviously pair off. So it is a perfect square. So our required smallest number is 5. And square root of the new number we have to find out. So we have done the process and after that we got 30. Question of 5F is also of the same type. Come to question number 6. For each of the following numbers, find the smallest number by which it should be divided so as to get the perfect square. Also find the square root of the number obtained. In the earlier question it was multiplied, in this question it is divided. Alright. So starting will be the same. We will do the prime factorization and we will pair them. Here you see in case of 675, 3 is left unpaired. Now since 3 is left unpaired, so what we have to do, we have to divide 675 by the factor of 3. Okay, now when you divide, you have to divide the 675 by 3 also, as well as all these factors divided by 3 you have to do. Now when you do it, 3 and 3 will get cancelled, and when you divide 675 by 3, our answer is 225 equals to 5 into 5 into 3 into 3, which is a perfect square. So our required smallest number is 3 because we have divided with 3 and we have found out the square root of 225, it becomes 15. Okay, 6C and 6E is also of the same type. Come to question number 7. Students of class 7A contributed rupees 784 to the poor children fund. Each student donated as many rupees as there were number of children in the class. Find the number of children in the class. Okay. Now how much money was contributed? 784. Since amount of money each student given is equal to the number of children in the class, so number of children in the class will be the square root of 784. So we will do the prime factorization and after doing it we get the square root to be 28. So number of children is 28. See question number 8. A PT wants to arrange 5929 students in a field such that the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. Find the number of columns and rows. Total number of students is 5929. Now number of rows will be equal to number of columns. Since both the numbers are equal, so we will find out the square root of 5929. After doing it, it becomes 77. So the number of columns is 77.